Welcome to the undercarriage. Today we are under a M20 Mooney, and we're going to talk a bit about the landing gear in this aircraft. Now, Mooney has released service instructions 20-122, basically saying that the gear in the aircraft needs to be properly maintained and inspected in accordance with the maintenance manual in the aircraft, and that failure to do so is going to result in landing gear failure and potential very expensive damage to the aircraft. So the gear in this plane is really fantastic. The individuals that came up with it were very clever, but it does have some interesting quirks, and the maintenance manuals do leave somewhat to be desired in terms of clarity. So you're really going to want to spend some time in the manual reading and figuring out what's going on. Now, there's a couple of interesting things, like this here, which I think everyone could agree looks like a spring, is called a bungee. Not sure why they called it a bungee, but that's what Mooney calls a bungee. And this is what puts all of the, with the lengths of the retraction tube set, this bungee is what puts the tension over center here and provides you with the down lock. So you actually need to check with special tools how much tension is in the system there. And here's the one for doing the main gear. So that goes on there, and then you use a torque wrench and you find out how much leverage is required to break this joint here over center. And then you've got to make sure that's within specifications. For this model, 300 to 325 inch-pounds of force is what needs to be exerted here to break this joint. Now, this is a manual gear version. The electric-driven gear is very similar in a lot of ways, but there are some differences. I have the manual lever unhooked in the cockpit right now. The aircraft's sitting on jacks, so it is not in the down lock position, and there is therefore no tension here pushing on this joint. So you'll see I'm able to just push up here and fold the gear. There it goes. And then the big spring in the wing there wants to help pull it up. So you can see how if there's insufficient force holding that joint down, you're going to have a really nasty day. So I'm not going to be able to lock that back down from here because I've not got control of the handle up in the cockpit, but that's how that works there. So that's a really important part. You also want to inspect the quality of the tubes, and you can see here, you know, we've done a really nice job of cleaning all this up and inspecting everything. And this is the walking arm here, and then we have the inner retraction tubes. Now, our inner retraction tubes, due to the leather boot here in the wing, they were corroded, and so they were sent to an aircraft welding place, and we got all of the repairs done on those to fix them, because this is another area of concern, is that these steel tubes deteriorate, and if they're just let to rust and no one ever looks at them, these can buckle and fail, and then you're going to have a gear failure as well. Now, coming back around this way, the Lord shock discs in here, they need to be checked for quality as well. These are under compression, and the spindle that runs up through them comes up, and there's a bolt you can just see in the top there that goes through the top of the spindle. You have to compress these shock discs, and these are all brand new because we've just been completely redoing the main gear in this aircraft. So these are all brand new, and you need about 1.6 to 1.8 tons of force to compress those discs so that you can get that bolt through the top. As they age and deteriorate, there's going to be less and less force there, and eventually, when you take the weight off the aircraft, there'll be no compression left in the discs, and there'll actually be play in the top right up here. And so there's checks to make sure that that's not the case. if you get play in here, you're basically going to have free floating stack, and the aircraft, as you're taxiing, is going to start to sort of bounce and porpoise around, and that's what was happening with this one, and it's very uncomfortable feeling. And if you can imagine that aircraft bouncing and then insufficient preload in the gear here, yeah, that's going to give you a situation where you can buckle and fold that gear.
Okay, that's the gear down and locked again. Everything's over center, and our springs come back into force, and that's pushing on the arm here, pushes the lock down over center. So on the B model, adjustments for the tension in the main gear system are going to be made on this tube right here. You loosen the jam nut here for the right main, and you loosen the jam nut here for the left main, and you unbolt the other end of them, and you turn them from the other end of the tube. So we'll go up there. So here's the other end of these tubes. 1, 2, left, right, and you unbolt here and here, lower those tubes down or raise them up to get the required clearance, and then you turn them there to adjust the tension on those mains. The nose tubes are done here, 1 and 2. Loosen the jam nuts, remove these here, and you take a measurement off of the nose with a different tool, which we apparently don't have out right now, but there's a different tool for doing the nose. You don't have a tool for the nose gear for electric models, only for the manual geared models. There's bungees or springs in the electric versions that you check the amount of compression that occurs into them to make sure that they're within spec. So that's where you adjust those there. So really need to be good and clear with the manual and have a good understanding of what's going on. And yeah, we've done the mains, and the next big job that's going to happen to this airplane will be the nose gear. Probably this winter, redo it, pull out all these center retraction tubes and inspect and clean them, and then repaint them, and then put all that back in new. So this is really important work, and definitely something that needs to be done. Unfortunately, lots of these aircraft, this is just being ignored. People just don't want to do the work, it's too complicated, or they don't understand the manual, but it is really, really critical. So have a good look at this item. I hope everyone is staying safe. If you have any questions about these procedures, let me know, and happy tailwinds.